So Carolina is actually our new person in charge of the customer experience. What's interesting is like we had an influx of people come into the bakery over the course of the spring. Everybody started kind of as an apprentice.
Production, yeah.
Yeah, and then we started to parse out some people that had like particular interests in other areas. So with Carolina, it was very clear that like being in front of customers and also being able to take photos of things was kind of the direction forward. And you know, we've been like trying to solve a bigger problem together, and that's how do we keep the same level of intimacy in the customer experience as we did when like Amanda and I were just in the garage and going out to markets ourselves. So
yeah, and also to keep like the consistency and the quality on the products, we present those products to our customers. So I was always thinking more like as a customer than a baker. So I believe that helped me a lot. Yeah.
So when you first started, you probably noticed that we're a little bit stronger in production than we were in service standards. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, the bakers are doing an amazing job, but they are so focused on doing things like so fast because that's what they are here for. But then I started noticing that I was like always looking for the small details, like, oh, this pastry like is small, the colors are not like even every single bake. So I was always very focused on that, and I believe that I was just thinking as a customer again. Yeah.
So how do you deliver more than just a transaction of I bought bread and went home?
I believe people is here for an experience and for a conversation, and they want to know what's behind the bread. They want to hear a story. So I'm here for that. I'm always trying to explain the process on the breads. Always trying to offer customers some samples because I really believe on samples, because if people can try the bread, they will buy the bread, because they most of the time they are like scared of taking a whole loaf of bread home because they honestly don't know if they are gonna like the bread. But I know they are gonna like the bread. So what I like to do is always have samples here. Green olive bread, which for that bread, we do that bread on our base sourdough dough, and we use good quality olives, which I think is the key for a really good olive bread. Using good quality olives, because if you use low quality olives, that even if the bread is good, it's not gonna taste as good as it tastes right now. And I have here our baton bread, which is a rich bread. It has some butter, some brown sugar. I like that you cannot taste the sugar because it's like minimum. And I do have English muffins, some butter, some jelly.
How do you decide what's going up for sampling today versus tomorrow?
It depends. I usually, it's depending on how I have like most of the breads. If the bakers bake like, for example, let's say 20 loaves of green olive, and I'm just having like 8 or 6 of cinnamon raisin, I'm for sure gonna sample those green olive because I wanna focus on sell those products that I have the most. Because the others, I know I can sell them like quickly.
So we've been changing this front setup where a lot of bakers are coming up to help. What's been the big struggle? Because we moved from having somebody who is kind of dedicated to just helping customers to a combination role. And we did that so that we had more knowledge up here and also had more of a unified team. But what's the challenge in getting a baker in front of customers in your opinion?
It's challenging because you put a baker that is not like very good at talking with people, and they are like, some of them are very shy, but they are very good at production. And that's a really weird combination having them here, because the majority of them are gonna be here like just bagging the bread. And I want them to feel comfortable to having a conversation with the customer, like asking questions, like small questions that are gonna lead them to conversations. For example, I always love to start like asking the customers if it's their first time here at the bakery. If their answer is no, that is gonna allow me to explain what we do here and things like that.
What do you think the most important thing for me to learn is as a customer?
Obviously that we are a sourdough-based bakery and that everything is naturally leavened, and that we do like long fermentation process for every single one of our breads. I believe that's very important because if the customer had this knowledge, they for sure are gonna buy our bread. I love to explain to customers that our breads are gonna be like so much easier to digest for their stomachs.
A lot of this stuff that you're saying and answering, like, you already had a vision for what good customer service is. Why do you want people to have this experience here versus just like coming in, buying bread and leaving? What brought this to you?
Yes, you know that I start as a customer. I was a customer on one of your farmers market, and my husband and I, we really fell in love with the brand, with the products. So for me, that was amazing to have my Saturdays, like my time for going to the farmers market. And I just want the customers to have the same thing that I was having on that time. And because I honestly love the bread. And I believe on the quality and the good things that we're doing here. And I want everybody to get to know all of this.
Carolina's been an interesting addition to the team because she brings a lot of value all on her own. So it's very clear that the customer experience is a great place. And as we grow, it's increasingly important that we get this part right. While we're up here at front, I just wanted to highlight some non-bread things that we're doing.
About the t-shirts?
Yeah, so over the last couple months, we've tried to make a few different styles of t-shirts and colors. We have these available on our website. We're beginning to ship them, and so people can actually just go on our website and pick up some proof t-shirts. We will be shipping mugs very soon, these proof coffee mugs. I like how the t-shirts have different colors and different styles, but they're still very classic.
And the quality on them, yeah.
Well, so we've been in a long journey with the whole merch thing. We're not a merchandise company. We are definitely a bakery, but we want to look good doing what we do, and we want to be proud of what we're wearing. At first, we were selling t-shirts that were mass-produced, by a third party. You just went on a website and they slapped our logo on stuff. They tended to be lower quality. After 1 or 2 washes, we noticed that they would fade, and we're really upset about that. So we source these t-shirts from a local screen printing company that's just down the street in Mesa. So they come very well wrapped in wire monkey wrapping. Once you get below all the layers of paper, there's an awesome little proof paddle in a UFO LOM. It includes 1 razor blade, and to start using, you just have to untwist, find that razor, undo it, and assemble this LOM just like we assemble all the ones in our videos. It's a really nice, attractive wooden UFO LOM. We have plenty of content in some of our other videos showing you how they're used. This is the one that we pulled from our bakery. Once you get some flour dust on it, we'll have a nice little outline for you forever. And you'll be able to rep proof bread even at home. There's definitely no better way to score your loaves at home than with one of these LOMs. And they're definitely a limited run, so they won't be available forever. You should grab one of the few that exist out in the world.